Alright, people of the internet, welcome back. I told you that I would keep recording, but you guys wouldn't see it for a while, and now you're seeing it. So how's it like being in the future? Okay, I'll stop stalling now. Hey, what was that? What was that just now all about? Just now, you mean? You got me really excited there. Fusa, I didn't think you would really lick my finger. I just, uh, She's only getting carried away by the mood, but she can't say that out loud. Fusa bites on her lip. Did it taste good? The cream was very sweet. I meant my finger. What? She doesn't know why Seti is asking this, but she's looking straight at her, so she can't answer. She can't find the words. Ah, yes, that happens. Fusa, don't call me like that. Huh? You don't like it? It's not like that. Fusa. Uh, Fusa. A strange sound comes from between her lips. She's becoming dizzy with embarrassment as the blood rushes to her head. You're being shy. But that's the same for you, said he. Fusa? No, I'm not. Why? Where? Where, Luigi? You know, it's... Oh my god, please kill me. That's strange. You always call me by my name, don't you? Now that she mentions it, that's right. But that's not to say she wants to call her Seti-chan instead. Oh wait, in this situation it would be my lady Seti. You don't really dislike it when I call you by your name, right? No, no. Then let me call you like that for a while longer. Okay. This is why bleh. This is why she can't figure her out. When it really matters, she'll suddenly take a step back, leaving Fusa with no other choice but to say that it's not like that or that it's okay. And that means she ends up agreeing after all. So from then on, she has no choice but to obey. She knows that Seti has her wrapped around her finger. The calm, reasonable part of her is aware of it, and she feels rather comfortable with herself that way. Fusa? Yes? You're very cute when you're shy, Fusa. What? What are you saying? Why are you speaking so politely? Are you still playing the maid? No, I just made a mistake just now. The embarrassment, the proximity, the fact that Seti is calling her by her name, makes her chest tighten up. She feels like she's going crazy. Hey, can I do it? Seti is looking at Fusa's lips. Fusa immediately realizes what she wants, but she can't come up with an answer right away. In that case, this is an order from your mistress. Fusa, close your eyes and wait. That's easy for you to say. Fusa! Seti takes Fusa's hand and whispers that she won't let go. All you have to do is close your eyes. Only for a little while. Okay? The voice sounds close by her ear. The voice reverberates through her body and makes her feel hot. Wait, in that case I should say, all you have to... No, I'm not gonna do that. She feels anxious, as if she's forcibly being taken along. There's a slightly sadistic touch to Seti's behavior. It's as if she's being pierced right in the chest, but that feels rather pleasant. In the end, Fusa closes her eyes, going along with the flow like before. This is no good. I just don't understand. In her head, there's a rush of objections from another self, from shyness, from common sense. But she tries to think what she should do instead. But then 1, 2, 3 seconds pass, and she gives up on the basis that she won't make it in time. Her anxiety is replaced by a faint expectation. A sense of touch, ever so faintly, a damp kind of sound. She's done it several times by now, so she should be used to it. Yet a hotness grows within her body. She finds herself doing the same thing again. She's embarrassed, but at the same time, the moment feels very pleasant. Maybe I can't be doing this all the time. The heat causes her thoughts to stay at a superficial level, going around in circles. So even though she's thinking, she's really not. It's just steadily going with the flow. I love you when you're honest, Fusa. Seri smiles at Fusa. Fusa can't bear to look, so she averts her eyes, but Seri's face is burned onto her retinas, which makes her very happy. If only I could smile like that at someone else. No, that's just making excuses. The answer is more simple than that. Kono Fusa wants to touch the girl in front of her, and she wants that girl to touch her too. That's all there is to it. If that girl says that she should be honest, then it doesn't matter if what she says is foolish or unrefined, or conversely so. So long as it's true, it can't be bad. Fusa inclines her head and kisses Seti's back. And kisses Seti back. Right before they touch, her body feels fluffy, as if she's floating. Right when that feeling becomes thick and sinks into her heart, they touch. After that, she feels anxious. The moment she kisses Seti, she feels uncertain even though she knows Seti will accept it. Won't she dislike it? How does she really feel? What if she turns her head away? What if her own body, her membranes, feel uncomfortable? Does she like it at all? How does she really feel about me? You dense fucking protagonist. Seti closes her eyes and accepts the kiss. Now that she can feel the touch of her on her lips, Fusa finally feels at ease. I love you. When their lips quietly part, Seti smiles and embraces Fusa. Seti's eyes are shimmering with moisture. Fusa can see herself reflected in them. She's making a terrible face. The tea must be completely cold by now. That's your only concern here? Like, is that your biggest concern here? Maybe the cream has started to dry out already. Is that your main concern here? But it's still too early for the sponge cakes to go hard. Teddy's fingers grip her wrist. For a moment, it's as if there's a red shadow in her eyes. Fusa. Yes. There's a rush of air as she inhales. After a moment's pause, Seti's lips open. Fusa, become mine. Let's be together always. Huh? It's as if time has come to a standstill. All color fades from the world. Fusa wonders what Seti's talking about. Even after the moment passes, Seti's simple statement keeps echoing in her ears over and over. Wait, what was her statement again? Oh yeah. Sorry, my mistake. While Fusa is standing still in perplexity, Seti leans in and heaves a sigh. With that soft breath, she adds that that's not it. Tomorrow too. Since she added it later, Fusa didn't think it was part of the same meaning. Her gaze moves left and right, and the words stop there. Vacant time, as if nothing happened. Seti bites her lip, and looks down. Color returns to the world. Reality. There are two girls there, Fusa and Seti. They're not at all the same. Seti, hold still. With those words, Seti kneels down. What should I do? There's a tense feeling in Fusa's chest, but it's different than before. She's feeling uncertain, an uncertain kind of tension now. She thinks that she has to reach out to Seti right now. But before that, there's something she has to say. The first words she should say. Fusa bites her lips, unable to find out what that thing is. Seti laughs as she squats down. Her voice sounds dry. I'm sorry for making you do such stupid things, making you wear those weird clothes. It's like magic, isn't it? Yes, this is a strange mood. She mutters to herself, looking up at Fusa. But I sure wish I really was your mistress, Fusa-chan. What are you saying? If I was, no, never mind. Thank you for going along with it. It sure was fun. Their eyes meet. Fusa's bewilderment and unease meet Seti's level, clear gaze. Fusa, become mine. Let's be together always. Fusa is a little scared of that lack of color. It's as if she found a spring in a forest that nobody knows about. The tranquility and purity which exists because nobody knows and never has known would surely reject a person. It's a forbidden place, found on exploration by going where nobody should go. I'm sorry. Seti smiles. Right before that rejection, the wind disturbs the surface of the lake, and a leaf flutters down from a tree to land on the water, creating rings. It's the bitter smile of someone making allowances for another. I never wanted her to make a face like that. She feels very uneasy, as if her feet aren't on solid ground. Seti wasn't making that face until a moment ago. The contrast is disturbing. But maybe that's the emotion she's been carrying with her all along. Seti, After a few seconds have gone by, Fusa can't take it anymore and opens her mouth. But she still can't find those first words to say. That's why nothing is beginning. Become mine. Let's be together always. Sorry about that. About making trouble. No. True enough, Fusa does feel troubled right now, but she doesn't know what the source of her troubles is. She does know, however, that Seti's pained expression is causing pain for her as well, in which case she's not troubled for herself, but rather... Hey. Yes? Would you play along just a little longer? Okay. Seti's smile is gradually coming back to her face. It's her normal expression, a bright, unconcerned smile. The smile of a mischievous cat, of someone who has fun at any time, of someone who completes herself. At least, on the surface. That's right. Fusa can tell that Seti's revival is only skin deep. She knows that Seti is still downcast deep inside. She's hiding it, but that's the truth. But even so, Fusa feels relieved. When the girl before her smiles, it makes her think everything is alright. It makes her believe that all bad things have gone away, even though she knows it is a lie. It feels as if she can forget about that and believe its truth in time. That's no good. At this rate, I'll just do the same thing again. This time, her denial is of a different nature altogether. Again. She remembers that instant and pursues it. She remembers herself, how she was always chasing that which had already passed. How she would always be afraid of what was in front of her and let it go by. She was always too late. She always started from what was already gone, what she had already lost, without even ever having the courage or tenacity to hold on to it. Fusa. A gentle, soft voice brings her back to reality. Fusa. It's different from that hard voice she heard earlier. There's a shroud lying over it. Yes. Hey, can I embrace you? Huh? Seti is still squatting before Fusa, smiling up at her. Didn't you hear me? I want to embrace this part of you, Fusa-chan. Yeah? I'm... I actually started wheezing after that. Seti strokes Fusa's thigh through the cloth of her skirt. She rubbed... What? She rubbed her face against it. She rube her face against it. Alright, she rubs her face against it, still squatting down. What are you... Then Seti takes the hem of Fusa's skirt and makes Fusa hold on to it. Roll up your skirt. What? I want to embrace this part of you, Fusa-chan. Things are developing so quickly that Fusa has no idea what it is that Seti wants. Should she just accept the desire she can see burning in Seti's eyes? But can't I? Seti's expression wavers a little. What am I supposed to do? She desperately tries to keep the conversation going. Like I said, we're playing Maid and Mistress. I mean, after that. This is the continuation. Don't you want to? Her question is accompanied by a faint smile. Her head is inclined a little, as if she's troubled. But it's the expression of a child who knows she'll get her way in the end. It's an inconsistency that comes from hiding her true intentions. Fusa hesitates, but she knows that hesitation is the same as defeat in this situation. I've gotten tired of squatting. What? Seti puts her arms around Fusa's lower body, ignoring any protests. Wait, Seti's soft body is pressing against her lower body. There's an especially soft sensation on her knees. She's gotten used to embracing, after doing it so often, but feeling someone's presence against her lower body alone is a little unnerving, making her feel like she's doing something improper. Whoa there. This feels nice. So smooth. Seti's body is clinging tightly to her. I might have to start censoring some stuff after this. Seti's body is clinging. Her first thought is that it might cause wrinkles in the skirt she's wearing. She finds herself forced to pull it up, but that just causes Seti to move her hand forward. I love it when you do that. Do what I tell you, Fusa-chan. I didn't mean to. Why is Seti doing this? Wow, you really are so smooth. After blinking several times, she still can't believe what her eyes are telling her, which is that there's a girl rubbing her cheek against her thigh. Well, yeah. But the real problem isn't that in itself, it's that Seti is trying to hide something by giving her that stimulation. That's right, I know what it is. That's why. Remember, Seti's hard voice from just now. The crestfallen look on her face. That look, pregnant with emotion. Dab! Oh. The heat smoldering in her eyes. She keeps thinking over those changes, which she can't afford to overlook. She remembers those things Seti said. They were not a dream, nor an illusion. It's a wish everyone has when they are small. A wish she knows she can't wish for now that she's halfway through her teens. But everyone is wishing it, even when they know they can't wish for it. Become mine. Let's be together always. If I could, I'd do that. But you're not resisting at all, are you? She surrendered her body without complaint, thinking about her friend the whole time. About the words she should say. The first words. Seti's slender fingers stroked Fusa's thin thighs. Fusa-chan? Yes? What are you thinking about? You don't have to think about anything. Seti smiles faintly again, but the smile quickly disappears, and she closes her eyes. She presses a kiss on Fusa's knee. Fusa-chan. For some reason, she's calling her Fusa-chan again. No, the Mistress and Maid game ended some time ago, and it never did start up again. Seti smiles mischievously and blows air at Fusa's thigh. Oh, like this. Seti. Fusa-chan, you're so kind. No, I'm not. Her denial comes out more firmly than she would have thought herself. Seti gives her a slightly startled look, but then she smiles. That's true. You're actually a little mean, aren't you? Are you pretending that you don't understand? Seti's hand advances to Fusa's inner thigh. Seti's fingers have cooled down a little. Fusa recalls hearing that the extremities of your body grow colder when you're nervous. But if there's another sensation, unrelated to that. It's as if there's a slight electric current right where Seti is touching her. Her skin feels hot. Uh, as the fingers crawl across the skin, there's a strange shivering sensation down her spine. There's a painful tightness a little below her chest, in the pit of her stomach. Smack. Next thing she feels is a warm sensation. Seti's damp lips are touching Fusa's skin. Seti slowly slides her hand across Fusa's thigh, occasionally biting it ever so lightly. She works her way up from below, till her hand finally reaches Fusa's groin. I don't like where this is going. Her brain almost completely shuts down. There are white flashes of light before her eyes, and a sweet feeling washes over her whole body. With what little capacity she has left, Fusa continues to think. She asks herself why Seti is doing this, and she wonders what she herself wants to do. That's not the same as what Seti wants to do to her, wants her to do her. What? Seti's hands pull away, as does her body. She takes 2-3 steps back, then looks at Fusa. What a nice view. She wants to draw the hem of her skirt, but Seti's eyes are fixed on it. Yes, keep that pose. Suddenly, she feels sweat all over her body. Okay, 1 second, I need to go to the bathroom. Alright, with the power of my recording software, that was instant. The surface of her skin is hot, and she feels an unusual sensation. Something is squeezing her throat. It's as if she's on the verge of sobbing, but she's not about to cry. When she breathes in, her head goes fuzzy, and it seems she might fall over backwards. Seti chuckles and looks at Fusa, who averts her face. The distance between them is about a meter. But right now, that seems extremely far to Fusa. Well, I mean, I've seen meter sticks, they're pretty large, actually. Making her dress like this, and watching her from afar, that's so mean. Maybe I should take some pictures of you. Seti's voice sounds even more malicious now. And I should coerce you by threatening to spread those pictures if you don't do what I say. Her playful tone is collapsing into tones of self-derision. That way, I could be with you as much as I want. So, it's okay. Don't say anything. She needn't have said that. Fusa doesn't have the capacity to do more than call Seti's name. She still doesn't know what other words she should say. Seti. However, she calls her name anyway. Seti. Ahaha. Seti laughs quietly and once again kneels at Fusa's feet. Fusa-chan. There's a faint, wet noise. This time, the feeling of Seti's lips on her sweating thigh seems distant. Her fingers, on the other hand, seem to be inside her skin, probing around with the confines of her body. Fingers are crawling, after a moment's delay, followed by the tongue. Fusa-chan, your skin is really beautiful. Seti says that it even feels smooth when she licks it, and then rubs her head against Fusa's thigh. Her legs begin to tremble. She can't keep her balance. I'm sorry, being so sudden about it. Seti, you keep telling me you're sorry. Yes, you're right. Seti rubs her cheek against Fusa. She rubs first her cheek, then her chin, then her neck, her collarbone, and her shoulder, like a cat marking an object as its own. Fusa feels her soft skin and her hard bones, which seem to jut out from her body. The feels it on both her thighs. What time is it? She has no idea how much time has passed while they were doing this. There's a faint light behind the window. Or maybe it's dark. We agreed that today was a day where nothing bad would happen, didn't we? I couldn't help myself. No. Tomorrow will be... She pauses again, but thanks to that, She now thinks she knows where those words from before led, whatever. SETI. She's still repeating that name like a broken record. She wants to at least let SETI do what she wants. No matter where SETI's fingers touch her, Fusa doesn't reject them. After a while, both of their movements come to a halt. SETI embraces Fusa's thighs, still on her knees, while Fusa stands there in complete surrender of her body. It's a strange, paradoxical, vertical relationship. Till SETI pulls back in satisfaction, Fusa continues to give herself to her, searching for words all the while. I'm sorry about today. Don't be. SETI's voice is flat, but it sounds a little brighter than before. She might just be making an effort to make it sound like that, though. A little while later, they finally enjoy their cakes and a freshly poured cup of tea. They spend the rest of their time together. Did I surprise you? What do you mean? It's like she's speaking in riddles. Fusa doesn't really want to talk in this fashion. Listen. I've got nothing to apologize about, SETI. I should be the one. Fusa is searching for the words, even now. For something that won't disappear from this void. She hears laughter from behind her, but she's too afraid to turn around. Fusa-chan, a gentle voice. SETI strokes Fusa's hair from behind her. I had fun today. Yeah. Her childish tone of voice is wavering a little. SETI is still stroking her hair from behind. Her fingers create loops and comb through the strands. She remembers the touch of those fingers, the softness of her finger, the hardness of her nail, as well as the sweetness of the cream. Your hair is pretty too. So is yours, SETI. You really think so? Yeah. I'm so glad. Nobody has ever complimented me before because my hair is so fine, SETI says. Wonder what it is. Both of them are conscious of each other, trying to create a distraction. This isn't what they should really be talking about. They both know it, but they're carefully sidestepping the issue. That tickles. Oh, does it feel bad? No. It's just that my hair brushed against my back. SETI's hands withdraw. You can touch it if you want. Huh? What's this? That's pretty bold of you, Fusa-chan. Hang on. Jeez, what are you saying? SETI laughs and once again begins to fiddle with Fusa's hair. Maybe this is just the kind of stimulation she needs right now. Rather than touching her directly, she can sense SETI's presence from her hair. Fusa-chan. Yes? You're going to school tomorrow, right? That question takes her by surprise. Her fingers stop moving. Well, yeah, I think I will. I see. She senses an intake of breath and an exhalation. I see. She also wonders what kind of expression SETI is wearing right now. But she can't turn around. She only moves a little closer. There are wrinkles on the sheet covering the bed. What is it? Nothing. SETI laughs cheerfully and moves a little closer as well. But there's a restraint in her voice that Fusa hasn't heard before. If they go to sleep like this, it'll become morning. That's normal, but it's also sad. If only tomorrow would never come. At some point, her eyes fell shut, and the next thing she knows is that light is falling through the window. It's morning. Fusa blankly thinks to herself. She wants to stay under this futon forever, but if she does that, everything will become blurry and vague, and she doesn't want that. I won't go to sleep again. Though she's feeling very sleepy, she bites on her lip to wake herself up. Starting with her toes and fingers, her body begins to regain alertness. Come to think of it, this is probably the first time in months she's woke up like this. She thinks back on the time before she met SETI. Transitioning from sleep into wakefulness like this seems almost surreal. In those days, she wouldn't even be able to sleep. She would lie under her futon waiting for the morning, unable to tell if she'd even slept at all. Then she would listlessly get up. Listlessly. She'd be annoyed and irritated as always. But how about now? Fusa smiles a little. Her head is clear and her consciousness is clear. She feels that truly a new day is starting. Steady. Fusa sits up, with a small thought in her heart. She turns to the warm body that's been beside her all this time. If it hadn't been for that warmth, she wouldn't have been able to get up, or be able to sleep. But still. She's been searching for the words ever since yesterday. How can she respond to Seti? Her features resemble the Sleeping Beauty from the picture books. She takes a strand of hair into her hand and strokes it gently. Seti. She wonders if Seti can hear her whisper. Knowing Seti, she might be pretending to sleep again. With that thought in mind, she devotes herself to stroking the strand of hair. She also strokes her forehead. Her temperature is a little low. Oh wait. Fusa thinks, maybe it's my own temperature that's high. The touch of Seti's forehead is nice. It has a lovely curve. Seti, she whispers her name again, combing her fingers through her hair. How can she convey that which she can't put into words? For the time being, Fusa gets out of bed and pulls the futon back up. Right when Fusa finishes putting on her uniform, Seti makes a noise. Good morning. Fusa-chan. She gives Fusa a sleepy noise, or a sleepy look. Her voice sounds weak. Did you sleep yesterday? I'm sorry. I'm always getting up before you. That's okay. Seti's answer is curt. She sits up on the bed. Are you going to school? Yes, that's the plan. Seti purses her lips and looks down, without really seeing anything. Fusa kneels by the bed and looks at Seti's face. What is it? It's nothing. Fusa shakes her head and puts her hand on Seti's shoulder. Then she gently embraces her. What? Still half asleep, Seti's voice sounds a little sullen, but she doesn't try to shake Fusa off. She lets herself be cradled in her arms. Fusa-chan. Yes? Seti pulls Fusa, who's kneeling by the bed, even closer to her. Fusa loses her balance, so she's on top of Seti now. I fell asleep. Huh? I fell asleep too, even though I thought I would be awake the whole time. Seti doesn't meet Fusa's gaze. She seems to be quite displeased. Did you want to stay awake? Yes, because I thought it wouldn't become morning if I did. I wonder if that makes sense to you, Fusa-chan. Oh, it does. When she says that, Seti glances at her, but then looks away again. Are you sure? Yes. Sometimes, when I'm alone at night, I suddenly feel like talking to someone. She's talking like someone who has something to confess. Yes. Usually around 3 o'clock in the morning. But just talking to someone doesn't make your own feelings go away. It only makes them stronger. Yes. But then I fall asleep, and I wake up in the morning, and wonder what was wrong with me last night. Fusa keeps acknowledging Seti. She thinks she should talk more. Nobody will mind if she's a little late, and she doesn't feel bad about it at all if Seti is trying to keep herself in check by talking. It happens quite often, you know. I want to talk, but I don't want to talk about boring things like that. Fusa understands, for no clear reason. She knows that Seti isn't saying what she wants to say right now. Fusa has memories of that herself. She knows what it's like to not know what she should say. Seti. Fusa reaches out and strokes Seti's cheek. Seti jumps at the touch, but she accepts it. The cheek feels smooth to the touch. It's a little cold, which makes Fusa think her temperature is high after all. Fusa-chan. She wants to hear more of Seti's story, but maybe it's not a good idea to let Seti talk anymore. She thinks it's a little unfair of her to do this. Talking a lot always means you get hurt more. She wonders if the message will get across. She thinks for a moment, but she can't take any more time. Even if the message doesn't get across, there's something she has to say. Seti, hmm? I've been thinking ever since yesterday. What? About what you said, about being together forever. Uh, Seti's body stiffens up. That's right. Seti knows that it's a child's wish as well. Of course she does. It's okay. Never mind that. Just forget about. I won't forget. Just forget it. Was I? What I was really. I was thinking. For you, Seti, I can give everything. Her body is rigid. She loses her balance and is about to fall, but Fusa embraces her. It's not a lie. I've been thinking. I fell asleep while thinking. And in the morning, I woke up with certainty. Maybe it would have been more dramatic if I'd mulled over it all night, though. It's true. For you, Seti, everything. Seti whispers that that can't be true. I'm sorry that I couldn't answer right away back then, even though you've given me so much. She remembers what Seti said to her once. There's no hesitation. You're special to me. Anything I can give you, I will. Strikes her that this might be just like playing house. Maybe the only reason why she can say this is because they're both still children. But that's not how she feels right now. She believes in it, and she can't make herself stop believing. That's why she believes. Seti looks at Fusa. Her lips are moving slightly. Don't... Oh, what? Don't go. Seti. Don't go. Don't leave me by myself. That's the moment when her voice grows loud. When she finishes, Seti looks down. There's not even a trace of emotion on her face. Her arms simply hang limply by her side, but they're entangled like withering vines. Seti? Fusa thinks this is how she must have spent all of her time. Only occasionally inside herself would she let out her emotions. After that, nothing is left. Okay. I won't leave you alone. I'll become yours. I'll stay with you forever. But you can't. It's impossible to do that, is it? Of course it is. Seti takes hold of Fusa's shoulders. They look at each other for a few seconds, then draw together, overcome with emotion. Before they close the difference, Seti stops moving. She looks at the gap between them. The color in her eyes is exposed to the other girl. You think it's completely impossible to do that? After asking this question, Fusa presses her lips on Seti's. Seti squirms at first, but then she becomes enthusiastic and sticks out her tongue to Fusa. Fusa-chan, Fusa-chan. Their lips entwine so deeply that it's difficult to breathe. Once she has imparted a lot of her body warmth, Fusa finally pulls away. Did you say that anything that was impossible yesterday? But that was... No, back then I was... You don't have to be afraid. I love you very much too, Seti. She has a strange feeling, as if her chest is floating. It's a feeling not unlike pain, and it echoes in her head, making her unable to stay calm. She wipes the tears forming in Seti's eyes away with her finger. I want to be with you forever too, Seti. She looks up, like a little child. But if you say something like that, I really will take it seriously. Yes, you can take it seriously. Will you be with me? Will you do anything I ask? Yes. Then stay here in my house all day today. Don't say you'll go to school. Half of her tone is self-derision. She's spitting out the words. Okay. Oh? If that's what you want, then that's what I'll do. But don't you want to go, Fusa-chan? It's not so much that I want to go, but I have to go. But today, I think you're more important. You can do whatever you like with me. Fusa looks straight into Seti's wet eyes. Fusa-chan, you're such a meanie. Why is that? Because you can't do that. You can't listen to what I tell you, because if you do... She looks away and bites on her lip. A moment later, Seti continues. I will mess you up completely, Fusa-chan. You can mess me up if you want. Of course I can't. How could I? She realizes she's shouting, which startles her, but she tightly grabs onto Fusa's shoulders. I can't. You're important to me too, Fusa-chan. I don't want to mess you up, Seti. Fusa smiles kindly and puts her hand on Seti's hand. Their fingers entangle and squeeze each other. Seti's fingers are smooth and soft, but surprisingly thin. If I'm with you, will I get messed up? Well, but, I mean, I'm always here. Seti's room. A room she perfected all by herself. Fusa's presence here, in itself, shouldn't be impossible. Shouldn't be possible. The fact that it's happening anyway must mean that there's something outside the room that Seti desires. Besides, this place is accepting Fusa in such a pleasant fashion, in such a pleasant way, even though she was outside. Seti, I love you. She thinks it would be nice if the two of them could really be together forever in this room. If that's what Seti wants, that's what she wants too. I see. I guess I'm the one who really wants to stay in this room forever. She feels drawn to Seti, who was still confused before her. No, you can't. After all, I don't want you to become just like me, Fusa-chan. So you're saying that becoming just like you is what would mess me up? I don't want to see you get messed up either, Seti. Don't worry about me. I'm not important. Fusa's heard that tremor in Seti's voice before. She's heard it often, in her own voice. Don't talk about yourself like that. I think you're important. So, since I think you're important, I want you to think you're important too. If you do... She puts her hands on Seti's face and peers right into her eyes, then whispers that they'll always be together. A rush of breath, meeting lips, that thinks that maybe it's haughtiness. She knows that there are sides to Seti that she doesn't know yet. She hasn't come to appreciate all of Seti yet. But even so, I will give everything for you. The me that I know, the me that I don't know, the me that you don't know, all of it. So I will take all of you, the Seti I know, the Seti I don't know, the Seti you don't know. What if I said no? Then I'll take you by force. Seti smiles faintly and looks up at Fusa. Then, still looking up, she closes her eyes. Then she purses her lips just a bit and raises her jaws. She folds her hands and before her chest, like a virtuous maiden. Fusa closes her eyes too. She puts her arms around Seti's shoulders and brings her face closer to hers. She waits for a moment, feeling the presence that is there. Their lips touch, only for an instant. Both girls open their eyes at the same time. Was that a kiss to seal the vow? Seti tries to make it sound like a joke, but fresh tears appear in her eyes. Fusa sucks them away. They taste salty. Maybe it was. They look at each other and laugh. Then they embrace. It's okay. You can be with me forever. Yes, as much as you like. I want to be with you too. No, I know I can't. But it's enough to hear you say that now. When she verifies the warmth in her arms, she somehow feels relieved. She only just got up, but she feels like she's going to sleep again right there. She wants to experience that sensation a little more, so she hugs a little more tightly. Fusa-chan, Fusa-chan, wake up. Yawn. Fusa finds herself lying beside the bed. In front of her, she can see a white wrinkled sheet. Fusa is a little appalled at herself for actually falling asleep again, but that just goes to show how pleasant it was in Seti's arms. What time is it? We're still safe. Safe? We're going to school, aren't we? Huh? She sits up, still groggy. Then she looks over to where the voice came from. Huh? Seti? What? Hey, what? Did I surprise you? Wow. That's so cute. Looks good on you. You think so? Does it look that good? Oh yes, it does. For the first time ever, she's seeing Seti in her school uniform. As Seti strikes a pose like a photo model, Fusa can't help but laugh. It was tucked all the way in the back, but I got it out. Yeah. Want to go together? Seti smiles bashfully. Yeah, let's go together. Fusa stands next to Seti, shoulder by shoulder. She puts her head on Seti's shoulder, like a cat. What now? I'm happy. Are you that happy? Fusa herself doesn't understand why she's feeling this euphoria in her chest. She thinks it's a good thing to go to school, but it doesn't have to be like that. If they're going out, they could easily go somewhere else. It's just, Fusa just found a side of Seti she didn't know about yet. Oh no, I'm falling even deeper in love with her. Maybe she's just exaggerating. She's sure that not everything will go as she thinks. There might even be bad times ahead. But even so, she's sure that she'll always love Seti. So that means you like me in my uniform too, and yeah, I think you're pretty nice that way. This is the part of me you discovered, Fusa-chan. Seti reaches out to the hem of her skirt and bobs a curtsy. She probably doesn't know this side of herself either. That thought makes Fusa's cheeks heat up. She's all mine. No, that won't be true for very long. If they go to school together, then soon enough everyone will know about that smile on Seti's face. But if I'm by her side, I can always find Seti more than anyone. As their fingers squeeze together, they exchange a glance. Me as I am now, and as I will be in the future. I hope I can be with the one I love forever. Even if that's a child's wish, I want to keep on wishing it always. Let's go. They look at each other, smile, and leave the room. End. Oh, as you can tell, this episode was a lot longer because I just wanted to finish it, and I finally did. Nanata. Other one. Oh. Alright. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.